Guys, it's Paula from workwithpaula.com. This video is going to be for you guys who've been following my feeder matrix videos. It's a really awesome update, and if you haven't seen my other feeder matrix videos, you should check them out. But the video before the last one I did, I told you guys that I discovered something really awesome that happens when you get to level 8. An additional matrix opens up. So to explain to you guys who aren't familiar with the structure of feeder matrix, when you're a beginner, you have okay, this is what your matrix will look like. On your first tier, you'll have 4 people, and then under them, each of those 4 people will have 4. So on your second tier, you'll have 16 people, and then there'll be 4 people underneath all 16 of those people. So on your third tier, you'll have 64 people, and there'll be 4 people underneath all 64 of those people. And then on your fourth tier, you'll have 256 people. So it's a 4x4 matrix. So you just multiply it in 4s, 4 by 4, 16 times 4, 64 times 4. And so in total, your matrix, when it's filled, will be 256 people. But what I discovered when I went to level 8 pretty quickly. So I started noticing more spots opening up, like more people being filled in on my first tier. So currently, I have 8 spots on my first tier. So when you're at level 8, you get 8 spots. So just do the math. Just multiply everything by 4, like I said before. So that's 2 matrices. 2 matrices, each totaling 256, because you'll have 8 people on your first tier with 4 people underneath all of those. And it'll just continue like that. So when your first tier of 256 people is filled, you make 99,447, because if everybody goes up to level 8, there are the different levels, level 0 through level 8. I'm not going to explain everything right now, but when everyone is done paying for each level and the entire matrix is filled of 256 people, you'll make 100,000, 99,447. But if you discover what I've discovered, when you get to level 8, you get another matrix. So when the second matrix is filled, you're going to end up making around 200,000. But I just found out something even more crazy that I did not know about. And the reason I found out about this was I was on our call the other night. And this is why it's so important that you guys get on our training calls, get in our secret Facebook training groups. So what I discovered on the call was that there's a guy, and he's been in feeder matrix longer than me, and he's higher up than I am, he's on level 8. He's not higher up in regard to being, anything higher than level 8, but he's just further along because he's been doing this longer. So he now has 16 people on his first tier. So that's 4 matrices. That means he's going to make 400,000 when all 4 of his matrices are filled. I didn't know that the first tier could grow larger than 8 people. I thought that was awesome, but there's a guy who has 16 people on his first tier. So just do the math on that. 16 people on the first tier, 4 people underneath all of those. You go 4 levels down, just multiply by 4. And so he's going to have, he's going to make around 400,000 when all 4 of his matrices are filled. And then there's another lady who has 12 people. So I will keep you guys posted. I'm going to keep an eye out on that on that matrix, and when I see it growing past 8, I'll let you guys know. But I mean, so far I have 8 people on the first tier. I thought it would end at that. I didn't know that it just keeps going, But, I heard that this could just go on indefinitely. Like, it could just go on forever. Like, I want to hear, like, what happens with that guy. Like, if he gets more than 16. But allegedly, like, this matrix can go on forever. It can just keep, creating more matrices. So, you guys should get up to level 8 as soon as possible. I mean, it's really awesome when you look in your back office and you see that you have 8 spots on your first tier. So, if you're on my team, this is incentive for you to upgrade, because you're going to get like double the matrices. That's the, the plural. It sounds weird, but that's the correct way to say it, matrices. But yeah, you'll get 2 matrices, whatever. Yeah, so that's incentive for you. And then for you guys coming in, maybe you're not aware of this. Like, maybe you think you can turn that $1.75 into $99,447, but you can turn it into a lot more than that. You could, that one guy, he's going to make around 400,000 when he's done. So you can turn it into a lot more. So I just wanted to tell you guys this, and this is why it's also a good idea to be on the training calls, to be in our secret Facebook groups. We post the times of the calls and the access codes. So you want to be in the loop. You want to be in the groups. If you join through the link that will be somewhere near this video, if this is on YouTube, it'll be directly underneath the video. If this is on my website, it'll be somewhere nearby, or wherever else you're seeing this. If you join me, you're going to be placed under someone on my team. So, you'll join through my link, but you'll notice that you get placed under one of my team members, because unless my first tier, creates more spots, which it hasn't created yet, you don't get to go in my first tier. You have to, go somewhere in my matrix below that first tier, underneath one of my people, one of my team members. Unless, this matrix decides it wants to make a 3rd matrix now, and then there'll be room for you on the first tier. But, as of yet, it has only created 2 matrices. So, okay, guys, so just click the link and join. There's spillover coming from all over the place. So it won't be long until you see someone placed underneath you. But also you must recruit too, because as I've explained, if a matrix has 256 people in it, if you are going to wait for me to fill every one of those spots, like, that's going to take a while. So, it's best to recruit. Don't rely on spillover. You will get spillover because, if my first tier is filled, anyone who joins through my link is going to fall underneath someone on my team. But the right thing to do, the ethical thing to do, is to recruit, and create spillover for the people under you. This is not a place to be lazy. You don't want to just be lazy. Why try to, get into this business, this industry, if you have a lazy attitude? That's not the correct attitude to have. And you have to be an ethical, moral person. That's the right thing to do, to work, not to just wait for somebody else to do your work for you. So, all right, guys, so just get in, click the link, and, if your team member, if my team member that you've been placed under hasn't reached out to you immediately and given you access to the Facebook groups, try to get in touch with them, or just get in touch with me. I'll put my Facebook link under here too. Just reach out to me and I'll get you into those training groups. Okay, guys, so that's the latest update with, finding out about how many people you can get on this, on the first tier. I think that's really awesome. I'm glad I was on that call and I heard about that. So, okay, guys. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.